Hi friends, now we can discuss the methods of measuring national income. There are three methods for measurement of national income. Income method, product method, and expenditure method. As we know, national income refers to the money value of all final goods and services produced in a country during a year. It is the sum of income generated in a country during a year. It is also defined that some of the expenditures made in a country during a year. Thus, there are three methods. First method is income method. Under this method, we can measure national income from the side of income. That is, national income is the sum of income received to the four factors of production, like labor, capital, and organization, in the form of wage, rent, interest, and profit. Thus, national income is equal to wages plus rent plus interest plus profits. Now, second method is expenditure method or outlay method. By this method, we measure national income from the side of expenditure. That is, by adding all expenditures made on goods and services during a year give rise to national income. It is the sum of consumption expenditure and investment expenditure made by individuals as well as government during a year. Broadly, we can say that national income is equal to personal consumption expenditure plus gross domestic private investment plus net foreign investment plus government expenditure on goods and services. Mathematically, national income Y equal to C plus I plus X minus M plus G. That is, national income is equal to consumption expenditure plus investment expenditure plus foreign expenditure plus government expenditure. Now, third method is product method or value added method. In this method, we can measure national income from the side of production. That is, national income is the sum of production of goods and services made in a country during a year. Here, while we calculate national income from the side of production, there may be the problem of double counting. In order to avoid the problem of double counting, that is counting of same thing more than once, we can measure national income by using value added method. The term value added means the difference between value of output and intermediate consumption. Thus, national income is the sum of value added by each production unit in each sectors of the economy during a year. Thus, while we are measuring national income, we have certain precautions to be considered. Otherwise, the national income estimate may not be correct. Certain things must be included in national income or certain things must not be included. Now, we have listed two important things to be included in the national income estimation. They are number one, imputed rent of self occupied houses. As we know, people construct their own houses, but they are not giving rent to their own houses. So, imputed rent means rent that must have been paid if the persons are living in a house on rent basis. So imputed rent of self-occupied houses must be included in the national income calculation. Similarly, production for self-consumption. Many producers, especially farmers, produce goods for their own consumption. They are not entering into the market. So such production, such part of production which are meant for self-consumption are to be included in the national income calculation. Similarly, certain things must not be included. They are to be excluded from national income calculation. They are number one, sale and purchase of second-hand goods. The second-hand goods are already included in national income from previous years. So, during the current year, the sale and purchase of second-hand goods must not be included in the national income. Number two, value of intermediate goods. The value of raw materials, the value of intermediate goods are not to be included in the national income. Otherwise, they may lead to double counting. Third, service of housewife. The service of housewives are invaluable. We cannot value the services given by the housewives. Therefore, conceptually, we are excluding the service of housewives. Similarly, transfer payments. The transfer payments or unilateral payments which are made without rendering any factory service like gift, prices, unemployed allowance, etc. also excluded. Then number 5, illegal income generated through smuggling, hawala, etc. They are also excluded to the from the national income calculation. Number 6, windfall gains such as prices won or income received through lottery, etc. also excluded from national income calculation. Then number 7, sale and purchase of shares and bonds. The sale and purchase of shares and bonds also simply transfer the ownership from one person to another. Therefore, they also excluded. Then last, corporation tax should not be separately included as it has already included as a part of profit. Profit are included in the national income calculation. So, the corporate tax which are made from profit are not to be separately included. Otherwise, there are also problem of double counting. Okay. Thus, national income can be calculated either by product method or income method or expenditure method by giving special attention to these things. Now, estimation of national income in India. In India, first estimate of national income made by Dadabhai Naoroji for the year 1867-68. Then V.K.R.V. Rao made a scientific estimate for national income for the year 1931-32. First official estimate of national income was made for the year 1948-49. Then Central Statistical Organization CSO started the estimation of national income on a regular basis since 1956. For estimating national income in India, the economy is broadly divided into three sectors like primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Then which are again divided into 13 subsectors which are listed in the table. First, in the primary sector, there are 4 subsectors which include agriculture and allied activities, forestry and logging, fishing, mining and quarrying. In the secondary sector, the three subsectors are manufacturing, registered and unregistered, construction, pakka construction and kacha construction. That is the construction by using modern method and construction by using the very traditional method. Third, electricity, gas and water supply. In the tertiary sector, the six subsectors are: number one, transport, storage and communications, trade, hotels and restaurants, banking and insurance, real estate, dwelling and other business services, public administration and defense, and other services including education, public health, etc. Now, CSO adopted a combination of income method and production method for national income estimation. Expenditure method is used only in the kacha construction. Production method is employed, that is value added method is employed in the agriculture and allied activities, forestry and logging, fishing, mining and quarrying, registered manufacturing, and pakka construction. Income method is employed in the case of unregistered manufacturing, electricity, gas, water supply, transport, storage and communications, trade, hotels and restaurants, banking and insurance, real estate, dwelling and other business services, public administration and defense, other services including education, health. Expenditure method is employed only in the case of kacha construction. Thus, in India, mixed method is employed for the measurement of national income. Now, certain difficulties faces while measuring the national income. They are: number one, non-monetized sector. In India, a great deal of agricultural production is either exchanged for other goods, that is, by barter system basis, or kept for personal consumption. So it make difficult in the measurement of national income. How they can be included? That is the problem. Second one, lack of occupational specialization. Many persons are getting income from various activities. For example, some farmers, they are getting income from farming activity as well as they are doing or they are getting income by their casual labor service, or some salaried persons are getting income from agriculture also. So the lack of occupational specialization make certain problem in the calculation of national income. Then number three, inadequate accounts. Many illiterate persons are not keeping their accounts. Many persons are unwilling to disclose their correct national income figure. This also make problem. Number four, price changes. While the price of commodities are changes, the correct measurement of national income becomes a difficult process. Now, number five, illegal income. They are generally excluded from national income calculation, but many persons are earning income through illegal activities like smuggling, gambling, illegal marketing, etc. This also make problem in the national income calculation. Their income also circulate in the economy. Number six, certain public services like military service, service of police, etc., are to be included in the national income. But their correct measurement is very difficult. Then seventh point is valuation of certain goods and service, say, like service of housewives. It is very difficult to evaluate the service of housewife in monetary term. Similarly, work done as hobby also exempted from national income. Then eighth point is non-availability of data. In many cases, especially unorganized sector, the correct data are not available. Especially in the case of crop production, fisheries, forestry, the correct data are not available. It also made a difficult process to get a correct national income estimate. Now I am concluding here.